you... Okay. Fragmental healing. Mom complained about her tight shoulders, and I found 2 large knots, pressed my fingers in deep, and slowly released the tension. She sighed with relief. The elegant curve of my mom's neck and shoulders, like Rococo furniture. Oh, that feels so good. Can you do my arms too? I complied. Finished the arms, then the palms, then the fingers. Her nails always immaculately shaped and painted ever since I can remember. The current color, dusty violet. Next thing we knew, Mom splayed out in the middle of the living room like a starfish, and I dig my fist deep into the thick knots of her calves. Sweat on my brow, Mother's eyes closed, a contented smile. What a rare moment it was for my mom and I to be completely silent, to be completely relaxed. Savor this intimacy. Usually, there's an obligation to keep the flow of chatter steady, for in silence, memories haunt us. But this silence is different. This silence brings peace. Place all the love into my hands. Let the love trickle through my fingertips and into her body. An honor to care for your body, Mom. The most triumphant bodies, in fact, for no history book could hold a candle to the amount of battles that have been fought here. Age 16, my mom is part of the color guard team that opens the '84 Olympics. Her knees give out. She postpones laparoscopic surgery despite the pain and tapes down her kneecaps during practice. Age 17, a skiing accident. My mom tumbles down the snow and her back slams into a tree, fracturing her spine and causing her to live with back pain for the rest of her life. Age 19, a cyst ruptures on my mom's ovary. If she had arrived an hour later at the hospital, she would have bled to death internally. They remove the ruptured ovary, and 8 months later, they end up having to remove the 2/3 of the other ovary. Despite this, she still managed to have 3 children with 1/3 of an ovary 6 years later. Age 44, they find a tumor the size of a peanut in her left ear that rapidly was growing into her brain, and they have to remove it. Luckily, it's benign, but now she can't hear out of her left ear. My mom has undergone 16 surgeries, and yet the most painful thing that she's been through is the realization that her 2 youngest children have been violated. The second most painful thing is the realization that they were violated by her oldest child. When I think about the trauma that took place, it comes to me in fragments. It's like picking up shattered glass. You don't know how sharp a memory can be till you've sliced your hand open. You think all the glass has been picked up, but then you step on another shard. I can't remember when it started exactly. That's the question all the therapists ask. When did this start happening? I believe 7, give or take a year, but it didn't stop till I was 12. I remember walking downstairs thinking how strange it was that our house was so quiet. And then I realized that they'd sent him away. He was gone, and I was free. I don't have an exact memory when it started because it was so casual. We were just playing pretend games like kids do. A bathtub. He was the Egyptian pharaoh, and I was a servant. It was the duty of the servant to bathe the pharaoh. Maybe then? Games that took place beneath a blanket, hiding from the blizzard outside, hide beneath the covers of the phantom, or the phantom will get you. It's raining thick globs of glue, and if you aren't under the blanket, you could get stuck forever. We didn't realize that the true danger was underneath the blanket with us. Age 10 or 11, I believe. Started to realize that this was wrong. Older siblings don't usually do this to their younger siblings. Not normal, not okay. I didn't want to get in trouble though, so I kept it a secret. When my little sister was 5 or 6, she said something like, It's funny when touches our butts. Mom and Dad were in the front seat and didn't hear her. She was about to repeat herself when I covered her mouth. Stop, we can't ever tell them. The most graphic memory, in the closet, the 3 of us beneath blankets, playing those games, and suddenly, white stuff, sticky stuff, all over my hand. I didn't know what that stuff was, but I knew it was bad. I washed my hands, but it wouldn't come off. I washed my hands for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30, but it wouldn't wash away. The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starving. Lady Macbeth. They sent him away when I was 12, not for what he did to us. He didn't know about that yet. They didn't know about that yet. A few months later, he finally told the program he was in what he'd done. My dad had bought us a gigantic beanbag, and my little sister and I were sitting in it like eggs in a nest. Mom and Dad revealed to us that had told them what he'd done to my sister and I. A police officer came to talk with us. Have no memory of this. Lots of therapists could never tell them the truth. The truth. At the time, my dad didn't understand the impact of what exactly had happened. But my mom understood very well what had happened. She felt it was her fault. She felt that she'd failed as a mom because her number one priority was to protect her children. What still bothers me, is that it felt good, and I felt bad because something so wrong felt good. What he did to me, and what I allowed, must have been very bad if already God let me hurt so much. I know why the caged bird sings. As a kid, you're not able to comprehend the actual magnitude of trauma experience. It's a vast and jagged mountain that is impossible to climb. A mountain so infinitely large that it looks like the entire sky. He'd left, I was getting older, and I was angry. Shatter windshields with a baseball bat, angry. Grind my teeth to nubs, angry. Twist metal, angry. Punch the smile off of babies, angry. Hit my head against a mirror, angry. Run relentlessly hard and fast into a wall, angry. Scream into a pillow over and over and over till you can't breathe, angry. My teenage years. Sneaking out of windows late at night. Lots of unprotected sex. Lots of drugs. Lots of alcohol. 17 and working at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Mom picks me up from work late one night. She bought me dinner, a burger from Wendy's. Annoyed because she didn't give me fries. Trivial. A passive-aggressive comment about the lack of fries, a pointed jab in reply. A flurried debate ensues. Our voices became louder until they reached a climactic crescendo. All of my mom's frustrated, red-hot, boiling love couldn't contain itself, and she fiercely yells, "What's happened, Joshua? Tell me what happened." Look down at my measly half-eaten burger, that little red-headed Wendy's girl with her dumbass grin on the wrapper. Voice quiet. I can't tell you, Mom. I can't say it out loud. To say it out loud would make it real. There was no clear beginning as to when the sexual abuse started, and there would be no clear beginning as to when the healing started afterwards. Sana, 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 colita de rana. Si no sanas hoy, sana mañana. Heal, 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 little frog tail. If you don't heal today, heal tomorrow. Finished massaging my mom's toes. Felt admiration towards my hands. Thought I'd never be able to wash the guilt off. But now, they are tools for remedy. Mom laid on the floor, eyes closed, quiet, peaceful. Mom, understand, I was never angry at you. I was angry because I needed a reason for why this happened. Afterward, we stretched. She showed me stretches from her days as a professional dancer. I showed her yoga poses. She did a little jig back and forth across the room, capped it off with jazz hands, both out of breath, both laughing. Despite all of those surgeries, despite everything that happened the dancer has never left you. Mom, you are in every moment I take for myself. In those moments that I give myself time to breathe, time to stretch, time to feel. In those silent moments when I let the peace manifest, I feel you healing with me. And here's what I know about healing. It requires infinite patience. You have to become infinitely understanding. You have to take yourself by the hand and guide yourself towards stability. You deserve stability. You deserve happiness. You deserve only good things. Don't let anyone or anything, even the past, tell you differently. Age 19, traveled alone for a month in Iceland, searching the world for peace of mind. Ísfjordur is Iceland's most northern town, 1,600 miles from the North Pole. Little metal shacks clinging to black cold stone. An impulse idea to climb atop this isolated mountain overlooking the sea. No proper equipment, not even water. The mountain steadily becoming steeper and steeper as I became steadily more exhausted. But I have to reach the top. The determination of this mountain to exist, to have shoved its way through the mantle, to have finally punctured through the earth's surface. I too will shove through the mantle. I too shall exist. Hands scraped up and bloody, daggers of cold slicing my face. But pain is only relative. Alto, no saltes. No estás solo, estás conmigo. Todo lo que va a ser, lo eres. Lo que buscas ya está en ti. Alégrate de tu sufrimiento. Gracias a él, llegarás a mí. I reached the top exhausted, fog languidly moving through air like ghosts. Besides self, there are no sign of human life. Buildings, no buildings, no streetcars, no one. At the edge of the cliff, all I can see is blue, black, green ocean going off into infinity. Sound ceases to exist. World becomes completely silent. Here I am at the end of earth, immersed in silence, in vastness. Take in the entirety of the vastness. Why are you blaming yourself? How could you have known? You were a child. It wasn't your fault. Forgive yourself. 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 Forgive. Take in the entirety of the vastness and forgive yourself. Okay, there it is. I finally feel it. I finally feel peace.